Well, good morning, everyone, on this March 25th of 2022. Welcome back to my channel, Shopping Garage, Monoculous 10. How's everyone doing? Hope everyone's staying safe and healthy. Now, this morning, on my 08 Pontiac G6, over 07, 08, 09, and other vehicles, idler pulleys, the other pulleys that has the bearings, ways of greasing them. I don't know all of them, but 7, 8, 9 on a Pontiac, that I do. Okay, if you haven't already, please do so. Like, subscribe, and notification bell, and you're set good to go. Now, the other idler pulley on my G6, as you'll see, I hope, the grease is caked up, and this is ready to be greased, and actually it's still smooth rolling, which is a plus. I've already taken the liberty to go ahead and take the backside apart, and from what I can see, I can't take the bearing retainer out of this one. The bearings are sealed into the retainer, so I don't know if I'll be able to get this out, but I will grease it, give it the best that I can for prolonged use. And the other pulley I took off, and I still have it here, but it's done. As you can see. But I don't know why, other than this location of the pulley, the other one I took off versus the first one I took off, why this is worn off the coating on the pulley, and this one has it. Same car, same year. 3 different belts, but why they do this, I don't know. But it's, in my opinion, it's not that important. So, here we go. We're going to clean this up and see what we have. Oh, I need to bring to your attention to get this pulley off. 3/8, of course, and the socket size, and I used a 6-point. 15 millimeter. And just to be able to turn the bearing, just to get the grease evenly distributed, I just use a step bit, no drill, and just do it like so. Front, back, the same. And I found out putting this one back together, and being its indentation, I couldn't do it the way I did the back. So what I had to come up with to do it, still with this hammer, and then this because it fits the parts better, the seal and the bearing. The rubber end is the body hammer. The rubber end down, and have to tap it a good bit. So there you are. So off to the side for this right now. This was on the inside like so. This has to go back on. And here's the seal. As you can see, the grease is caked up and drying up. Same with the bearing. It was time for a grease job. So let's get started here. Oh, by the way, to get this seal off, I had to use the other type of, I can't call it a pick, but the tool I use, it'll focus, pretty much like a very small pry bar. Just be gentle with that seal. Like I said, I couldn't find them on eBay. Stores don't have them, can't get them. Dealership, I don't, either they just sell the seal by themselves. I'm over the only one knows that goes through this to save a bearing when it's savable. Now let's get this started off. And the emery cloth I use to smooth out the small belt deposit on this pulley, I use a 320 grit emery cloth. Okay, let's get started. Hopefully you'll be able to see good enough. I hope I won't get my big hand or hands in the way too much. Let's see what we've got. Light, camera, action. All right. Let's see. And if you've ever dealt with grease before, the lubricant and grease, silicone, and other chemicals, as you can see, it's caked up on there. That don't look like new grease. Of course, it's X amount of years old from '08 and with 98,000 miles of RPM wear and tear. So, all junk. So, let's keep digging to see what we've got. Hopefully I can get this bearing setup out of here. But by the looks of it right now, this can't be done, at least not what I've got to do it with. So, maybe a little bit of improvising here. Do an equivalent to it. I hope not, but by the looks of it right now, that's what's going to happen. Because I don't want to break anything. Under all the dried up grease that I can get out of it. But all's good. No catches at all. And basically with the two hammers, here's how this will work when I flip it over. Is like so. The rubbery cushion of this hammer, down in there like so. Top part, a good thump, and it's in. Oh, if you're wondering where to get these type of what they call mouth syringes, there's no needles to them, and this I've already modified at your local drugstore. And this hose I modified and took a mini rat tail file, fine tooth file, and filed this to get that hose down in there for a little bit of deeper reach. Give me just a second. And before I forget, well actually, this part here, that's what the syringe looks like before I modified it. Here's the mouthpiece. I know the writing's backwards, but it's from your local drugstore. And for the liquid lubrication, eBay. The smaller syringes. And let me get down here the bag, the goodie bag. Blunt end needles itself. All came in a package. eBay. Okay, onward. Now, this way. And let me snug this up a bit. And let's see what I've got. Just getting a little bit better light here. For this type of bearing setup, this is the first for me. If I had another pulley off of the year my car is, my junkyard, I'd experiment with that and see about taking this bearing out without any damage or damaging it and see what I could do. But since I don't, I'm not going to take this bearing out. It looks like it's got a lock seal, which it'll focus to do it. And if you can see it. See a bit of an offset lip right there to the inside. I think that comes out and the bearing will come out. But I don't have one to practice with in case I mess it up. I'm not going to mess this one up. So I'm not going to do it. Another video, I get to the junkyard, see what I can do, and I'll do another video on it. Because now I'm curious. Curiosity kills the cat, but I'm a curious person, and that's what makes me and my mechanical ability what it is. Okay. Rag. I'm not going to put no cleaner down in there, but I'm going to wipe out all that I can. Doesn't say a whole lot, but yeah. See what I've got, what I can do. Whoops. Whoops. There we go. By the looks of it, that's a plastic lock ring. I believe that'll come out, but I'm not going to try it with this, as I said. I'll do what I said a few minutes ago. I'll get another one and experiment with it. So all I could do was put a dab of grease in there and hope for the best. So let's get to it. Okay. Hopefully my fingers don't get in the way. You can see this. This doesn't hurt anything. Actually, it's not doing too bad of a job this way. If I get the grease penetrating more down in there, that's the reason I'm doing this. Hopefully work it down in there. I think it's about all I can get down in there. Because I can't just poke it down in there because there's nowhere to push it down into smaller holes. But I got an idea I may show you here and see what bit more lubrication I can get into them. And the other one I buy at the junkyard off the car, I will take this back off if I have success with the other one, and I will do this video to show you. And that way I can do this one and finish it up for another, say, 30,000 miles. All right, let's see. Let's try something. A little bit of it anyway. See if we can see what we come up with. I already have some set up, see what we got. Give me a second. All right, back into focus here. Oops, I did forget something. Yeah. the blunt needle. Okay. Here's how I do this. This is how I fill the syringe. Yes, yeah. Small can, container, transmission fluid. Doesn't make a difference what type. Pour some in. That should do it. Doesn't take much. We're going to see how this works. Let me put this back up. Out of the way. There we go. Okay. Now prior to this, I have tried it with the blunt needle on the syringe. It won't pull it through because here is why. Now I just want to get the needle out of the cover. Well, apparently these things like to lock up. That's a new one on me. All right, so I get this undone. Bear with me. Ah, there we go. Got it. Okay. I hope you'll be able to see this. It's as blunt end as it can be. In other words, no point. Okay, back in this protective case so I don't get jabbed with it. And let's see what we got here. Put this at a slight angle, pull it down to the bottom of the can, and let's get some fluid in here. That's how I do it. In case I knock that over somehow. Don't want it all over my top, tabletop that is. And however much you want to put in it. Now, wipe off excess. Put this on. Pull that off. Do it like so. See the drip? Okay. Let's try this here just a little bit. That freed up quite a bit, even with the grease. So that's all the transmission fluid I'm going to use, on this side anyway. Okay, hold on just a sec. All right. The needle off. A little more fluid. I'll use this for the front side. All this takes time. Okay. Go to there. This out of the way. Off the residue. Needle back on. Cover on it. And we're done with this for a while. Or at least for this side. Okay. Now, to the seal. Yeah, wouldn't quite expect to do this, but yeah, unexpected can arise. Let's take this and scrape all this crud off of here. There we go. And now back to this. And before we go to reinstall the seal, we shall look for any bends or creases that you put in it, which I do see one. So, oops, have to hold on to the rag. And we'll get this fixed right up. Okay. And of course, as I used on the first video with this pulley, this basic wheel bearing grease. All right. The little hammer. And let's see what I can do here. It don't take much. Eyeball it. Light. So we got it. Okie doke. Let's get this back together. I'll do this one more time. We'll be doing it. Yeah. A little bit here to there. Okay. Whoops, upside down. Easy fix. There we go. Now, I'll show you the bigger hammer on this. Orange end is the rubber end. That's the harder end. Here's the difference. Okay. Eyeball it to be in it to fit. And let's do it. Whoop. Yeah. Let's take a little bit of finesse and work. See if we get started here now. All right, got it started good. Now we can finish it up. Whoops, something just rolled off. Vibration. See if we got any, which I don't. Looking good. However many times you got to do this is to seat it. That's it. That side is done. Put this over here. I'll eat this until I go put it back on. And there you are. Good for another 30 thou. I just do it in quarters. 30 thou, 30, 30, 30, so on and so forth. Okay. Let's get the other side loose and see what we've got. Get all this crud, because all that grime and gut there, as you can see, is from the grease. And some road dirt stuff, but it sticks to the grease. I've always gone the extra on my vehicles. See what we got. Nope. Don't want to take apart the side I just put back together. So, all right. Let's see what we can do. And this can go off to the side for later for it. Keep parts of the right pieces. And let's see what we got, what we can do here. And up it comes. Yep. Did have it. Slow and easy. There we go. This side looks a little better. Compared to the back side, looks a lot better. Let's see what we've got here. Now I believe I see why it had that gunk on the outside of the pulleys I showed you. But nothing I can do about it, and I don't know if these seals are available. I haven't seen them anywhere, as I've said. This has got a slight rip in it. That explains the reason why that gunk's like it is. But I'm going to reuse it. If it don't mess up anymore, if it does, well, then either this junker, like I said, for the pulley and experiment and hopefully save that seal if it's good, or I just have to buy a pulley. So let's see if I can show you this. Okay, now you see my finger. That's a good size rip, but I'm still going to use this. And actually I'm not even going to try to glue that. Nope. I'll just use it as it is and hope for the best. It does have a... I will have to do this though. Where's that? This does happen. Sucks when it does, but it happens. That's as good as I'm going to get this one. A little bit of damage or leakage, but I don't believe it's anything major, and I will work at fixing this at another video. See what I can do. So now I'm being a guinea pig at this because that's sealed, but I didn't know it. So now I know why it's got the dried up grease on the outside, because of that hole. So we shall see how this turns out. For these time jobs. This looks like a bit of a different setup on the bearing. So, a little more cleaning and see what we have. Nothing else is damaged. That's a plus. By looks at it, I'm not going to get this side out either. I think it's all from the factory, all put in at one piece. If it is, even a experimental or practice pulley is not going to do me any good. So let's see what we have here. What we can see. Well, it's got some indentations to it that I can get some grease in. That's a plus. At least I think I can get grease down in there. I'm going to try it anyway. This front one's unique. The front setup is definitely unique. Alright, let's see what we've got here. This is going to be a tough one on the front. Hopefully you'll be able to see how this is set up. You get this and I'll point this out the best I can. The indentations between the bearings for that hole there, that indentation, there's no bearing there. The grease won't do a bit of good right there. The only place it's going to do any good is this outer gap right here. Right there. It goes all the way around. These indentations is just separations. It's plastic down in there. Okay, a little bit of change of strategy here. How good this is going to work, I don't know. This is definitely going to be different. That's for darn sure. Really hope that wasn't going to happen, but it has. The bear got me. But I'm going to do what I can. By looks, it was not going to be much. But the backside I got good. So, here we go. Let's see. I don't think I'll ever get any grease down there at all. I'm doing what I can do. Always expected, because this is what happens. At least the backside, so yay for that. There is some grease getting down in there, so I'm not going to try to use any transmission fluid. Because it won't let the grease stick this way. I have to put it in afterwards. That way the grease sticks to where it needs to go. Transmission is just a light lubricant for something like this. And once I get the grease as where I want it, here in time, then I'll add a little bit of trans fluid to it. Just to get into any minute cracks that I didn't get, which probably be quite a few. That's going to be about it, I think. If I can feel the grease tightening up or causing the bearings to have a little bit of a drag, that tells me the grease is getting down in there. It'll still spin, there's no catches. It's all good. That's about as much as I'm going to get. Now, see if this is going to do me any good at all now. Because I did get it from the back side. I see where I want it at now. I'm not going to be able to get into the front part of the bearing on this side, but I can't get it to the inner. A little bit. I do mean a little. That's where these little syringes comes in handy. These tight, super tight spots. A little dab will do it. I do what I can do if I can't do it the way I know it needs to be done. That should do it. Okay, I believe that'll do it. We're going to give this all a try. I'll put all this back together probably tomorrow. It's just routine PMing, that's all. And let's see if I get the seal back on, and we're done with this. And to get it started, it's wanting to be a bear, of course. Where's Mother Hammer at? It's wanting to be stubborn. But all this is put together and the bearing pressed into this. So yeah, I'm having a bit of a time here. But not much. So far, so good. And take this. Have to keep maneuvering around. Do you get it? That's all we can do. All right. Final seating. And I believe we got it. Okay, see what we got here. Provided I can do this. Feels good. All right, that's what the doctor ordered. Seals are looking good. So we shall see the outcome on this. And I got to do the crossover coolant pipe gasket on the same car. The reason I'm doing all this is I will call it Mickey Mouse stuff first. Do all this before I tear into that because it's going to take a while. I'm going to video that too. Just getting all cook off of this, and then I'll take it to the rig and finish it up. Okay, now I can take this one. I got plenty of rigs, and get a clean spot here. There we go. Notes on the main part of the pulley, but we'll give it a bit of a wipe down. There we got it. That's it, everyone. Voila. Done. Yay. Okay, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope it helps you out. And parts, labor, time, so forth, and tools to use. If you decide to do this, what I do. This part now is done. I got one more pulley to do, and that'll be another video. So on that note, back up to here. We can see each other. All right, there we go. So everyone, whoops. Easy on the knuckles. Keep the wrenches turning. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Thanks once again. Welcome to and welcome back to my channel. I appreciate everyone who subscribed, and all the people that do subscribe. Thank you so very, very much. It's heartfelt and most appreciated. So on that note, shop at Maniacal S10 Shopping Garage saying bye for now, and stay warm, stay healthy. Have a great one, y'all. Thanks a lot. Bye.